Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to another edition of Fan Talk, your favorite podcast by your favorite fan. That is me, of course, Kyle Brenchley. How we hanging? We hanging loose here on this Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. This August has been pretty wild for me. I don't know about you guys, but August is a wild month. It used to be the end of summer. Now it's kind of like the middle of summer. Now that I'm done with school and now that the global warming has pushed summer back to September. But yeah, been all my trips all summer long. Haven't had much. But August, I have 3. I just got back from Bear Lake. I'm going to camp this weekend and I'm going to San Diego next week. So a lot stacking up, but it's cool. I'm having a good time here. Hope you are as well. Forecast is kind of smoky. Thank you, California, for giving us lung cancer. But we're going to have a great time here on Fan Talk. Fan Talk is a podcast by me, Kyle Brenchley. If you're new here, welcome. Hello. Come on in, sit down. We'll be talking about sports and the impact it has on society. Welcome, welcome. This is a podcast you can find on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, anywhere you get your podcast. All right, guys, we're talking all about the Olympics. The Olympics are wrapping up this week, so let's do some more coverage on that. It's been crazy good. Have you been watching? I hope you have, because there has been some insane moments, records broken, memories made, tears shed. It's been incredible. So let's jump right in with the Fan Talk, Fast Talk, 3 quick stories to start off your day. So let us start off with the Olympic medal count. Last week, there was not too many, but now there's quite a bit. So let's take a look here. On the update, China, People's Republic of China leads with 28 gold medals. The United States and China have kind of been going back and forth for, the most gold medals. That's kind of the big prestigious honor is who wins the most gold. But if you're looking at total medals, the United States is currently at 95. So a lot of those have come through athletics. You see 19, 10 from gymnastics, and 28 from swimming. Those are kind of the big 3 that get the United States on the board. China's well-rounded. They score everywhere. Swimming, shooting, table tennis, diving. Like they're all over the place there. But as you can see, the United States currently has the most, one behind the People's Republic of China, Australia, France, Great Britain, all the usual suspects there, rounding out the top 10. Breaking news today, men's volleyball for the United States of America beats Brazil in 3 sets to 2. They will be playing in the championship on Sunday for a chance in the gold medal. Led by Catherine Plummer, the United States played really well the entire time, really. Did not really let off the gas, just kept going. Brazil's a very good team. They've actually played the United States 11 times here in the Olympics, not just in this Olympics, but throughout the Olympic Games. And so common foe goes down. Team USA will play the winner of Italy and Turkey. That game will start in approximately 2 hours if you want to watch that. Again, the United States women's volleyball team playing in the championship game on Sunday. And the third story is actually something I'm going to cover a little bit more in the episode. So sit back and relax. We'll be talking about the men's 1500 final as well as the 400-meter final and how crazy those endings were. Stick around. We'll be talking about that. And that was your Fan Talk, Fast Talk. Let's jump in to a little segment I've been doing. Shout out to the Rogue One poster. Sorry about that. Little segment I've been doing, Utahns in the Olympics. And I've covered a couple athletes over the last 2 weeks. This week I'll cover a couple more. Let's start off with Kenneth Rooks. I might have mentioned him in the last episode. He ran at BYU. He was a long distance runner, did long distance there at BYU, graduated a couple years ago, kept up his running, kept up his Olympic dream, made the Olympics in the men's steeplechase 3,000 meter. And he was in last place for a couple of the laps. Some of these distant races, if you're in last place, it's not the end of the world. You can make up ground and catch up like Kenneth Rooks did. He ended up, I think with about 2 laps to go, pushed his way to the front and was in the lead for the last 2 laps, the last 200 meters. The Moroccan defending champion from Tokyo ran him down. The guy's 6'4", 6'5". He's long, lanky, runs down Kenneth Rooks. Kenneth Rooks takes second, gets the silver, surprising everyone. this close to winning gold, but congratulations to Kenneth Rooks, alumni of BYU, takes silver in the men's steeplechase. Now, I want to mention a new sport that is new to the Olympics, and that is climbing, particularly speed climbing. A couple athletes from Utah were competing in the Olympics. Colin Duffy and Jesse Grouper were competing on the men's side. They train in Utah because Utah is the home base for USA Climbing, which is kind of cool. They competed in men's sports climbing. Neither of them medaled, but I don't know, had a good time. Emma Hunt and Piper Kelly also on the speed climbing team, but on the women's side, they both did very well. One of them actually had the Olympic record for about 20 seconds until the Polish lady broke it. If you have not seen speed climbing, it's pretty intense. For reference, the winner who took gold, Pola Miroslav from Poland, or A Miroslav, I guess the Pole is from the Polish part. Anyways, she won it in 6.1 seconds. They're strapped in, they climb up a wall. I don't know, have you guys ever been climbing? It takes me a long time. It takes people a long time. They did it in 6 seconds. It's a crazy sport. Go watch highlights. But neither of them did medal, but Emma Hunt, Piper Kelly, with an experience that they will never forget, being in Paris. And then a couple episodes ago, I did mention Courtney Wayment, who ran the steeplechase in the women's side. She was from BYU. She actually went to Davis High School, which was a school that I ran against when I was in high school. So she's a Davis County local. She did really good. Ultimately, in the end, in the final, she just didn't have her best race, did really well, finished with 9:13, but ultimately I think she finished 10th or 11th or something like that. Still, regardless, had a great time. I mean, you made it to the Olympics, you performed. What a dream come true, more work to do, but great job, Courtney Wayment. And Shari Hawkins, as I mentioned, I think the first episode when I was doing this bit, I mentioned USU graduate at the age of, I think she's 32, has made her first Olympics in the heptathlon. So she would be doing, it's like the decathlon for men, right? You do the hurdles, you throw the discus, you throw the javelin, you run the mile, just all these different events. So she'll be competing in that today and tomorrow. So watch out for that. Again, Shari Hawkins, 32 years old, Utah State graduate, making her Olympic debut. Good luck to her. All right, now let's talk about two races that are very special and near and dear to my heart. The men's 1500 meter final, which was absolutely straight Hollywood. It was insane. And if you don't know much about the 1500 meter, let me tell you a little bit about it. There is a Norwegian athlete by the name of Jakob Ingebrigtsen. He's kind of dominated the sport for the last 5 years. He's the gold medalist and the Olympic record holder from Tokyo in 2021. He's been winning a lot. He has a rival runner named Josh Kerr from Great Britain. Josh Kerr beat Ingebrigtsen in the World Championship last year in 2023. So track and field, they have a regular season as well. They have what they call the Diamond League, where they run a bunch of races throughout the year, and then that from those races, it qualifies them for the World Championships. They run at the World Championships, and they win medals there as well. And then, obviously, time trials get you into the Olympics. So there's a regular season, there's a postseason, and then there's the ultimate rodeo for these distant runners. So Jakob Ingebrigtsen and Josh Kerr are like the best of the best. Jakob Ingebrigtsen won the Olympics last year in 2021. Josh Kerr beat Jakob Ingebrigtsen in the World Championships in 2023. We up to speed? Get it? So they were the two favorites. And if you would go back and watch the broadcast, or if you watched it live, you would notice, and if you were keeping up with it, that these two were the two that they were talking about. They're like, okay, it's a race between these two. Will Jakob Ingebrigtsen defend his title, or will Josh Kerr beat him again as he did in the World Championships? There wasn't much thought given to other runners. Now, it was a very loaded heat. From the United States, there was Cole Hawker, Arden Nagus, and Hobbs Kessler. Hobbs Kessler, just 21 years old, making his first Olympic appearance. Yard Nagus has kind of been in the mix there. Took third in a couple of those big races behind Kerr and Ingebrigtsen. And Cole Hawker, of course, an established runner for the United States. Some big names in this race. There was a total of, 12 runners. Can't even forget Timothy Chariot from Kenya, who took silver last Olympics in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. He was kind of the favorite for bronze, perhaps. Timothy Chariot from Kenya. Anyways, the race goes down. And there's different strategies to racing. Ingebrigtsen sometimes hangs in the back for a lap or two, and then he just like blows past everyone. Just kind of his race strategy. This time around, he knew it was a heavy heat. It was going to be fast, and he wanted to get out in front. So immediately, 100 meters in, he gets out in front, and he sets a crazy fast pace. A pace that is insane. And people were saying that the Paris track has been a fast track. It's just, the surface is a little more poppy, so you can bounce off it a little more. It's different than road running, of course, and probably different than your high school track. An Olympic record, perhaps chasing a world record. Olympic record was definitely going to be broken. So Jakob Ingebrigtsen goes out, and he's leading for 350 meters of this race. Just kidding. 300 meters. I say about 300 meters of this race. 1,400 meters of this race. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking about the 400. We're talking about the 1,500. And then, Josh Kerr is on his hip. He's right there. Josh Kerr, the Great Brit guy, is right there. Yard Nagus is hanging around. Cole Hawker's hanging around. Hobbs Kessler. It's those five that are hanging around. Chariot from Kenya has kind of fallen off. He's fallen back. So it's a race between these five guys. And Jakob Ingebrigtsen runs out of gas, and Cole Hawker comes in from the inside, sprints his way, shocks the world, sets an Olympic record at 3:27, and wins the gold medal for the United States of America. Josh Kerr, of course, took second, and Yard Nagus pushes his way to get bronze. 2 U.S. men medal in this event for the first time in forever. Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the defending Olympic champion, is left off the podium, takes fourth place. Absolutely bonkers race. Go back and watch the highlights. Definitely a top 5 moment from the Paris Olympic Games so far, and it has been an insane Paris Olympics. Let's jump over to the 400 meter, which happened yesterday. Another insane event. If you were to go watch this, go watch this. If you did not see this, go watch this. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. The world record time is 43 seconds, set by Wade Van Niekerk from South Africa in the Rio de Janeiro 2016 games. He was in this field again, looking to... Actually, he didn't even make it. He didn't even make it out of the semifinals, so he's kind of fallen off. But anyways, this was an insane lineup, just like that 100 meters. You see that 100 meters earlier? All 8 guys. Insane. Same with this one for the 400 meters. You got Quincy Hall from the United States. You have Michael Norman from the United States. You have Chris Bailey from the United States. Karani James, who's been the gold medal winner 3 years in a row. Jareem Richards from Trinidad and Tobago. Matthew Hudson-Smith from Great Britain. It was going to be a fireworks show, and that is what it was. If you were to watch this is how it was. Michael Norman, big heavy favorite from the United States. He didn't have a great race. He actually finished in last with 45.62. Karani James was leading. He's the defending Olympic champion. He was leading. He had Jareem Richards from Trinidad and Tobago and Matthew Hudson-Smith. It was those 3 guys. It looked like they were going to win. And then out of nowhere, Quincy Hall, if you see him at about 200, this is what his face looks like. He looks like he's about to explode. And somehow he finds a gear that is not even in the owner's manual, and he finds a way, and he wins. It is insane. And behind him, Mazula Sakakonga from Zambia comes in and gets third for a national record of 43.74. Holy macaroni. United States wins this event. Quincy Hall with 43.40 personal best and an insane finish to the men's 400 meters. Again, go watch this. The Paris Olympics have been nothing but fireworks, insane moments, crazy events. There's still today, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday of the Olympics, so sit back and get ready for some serious fireworks the last couple days here in Paris. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today here on Fan Talk. Thank you guys so much for listening. Again, this is a podcast by me, Kyle Brenchley, that you can find wherever you get your podcast. I upload on YouTube as well. Go follow my social medias down below, tell a friend, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you next week for another edition of Fan Talk.